So here we go. What's new? What's the surprise?
Lights off.
Lights off, please.
No, no, no.
No, 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 no.
We have a meeting going on.
We have a minute. So what's new? What's the surprise? Lights, camera, action. Presenting you with the short film trophy for the 67th year. We have with us architect Rohan Shivkumar sir.
So, about Rohan Shivkumar. Sir Rohan Shivkumar is an architect, urban designer, and filmmaker practicing in Mumbai. He is the Dean of Architecture at Kamala Raheja Vidyanidhi Institute for Architecture and Environmental Studies. He also a principal of the architecture and urban practice at the Collaborative Design Studio and is a member of GRIT, an urban research collective based in Mumbai. His work ranges from architecture, urban research, and consultancy projects to works in film and visual art. He is interested in issues concerning housing, public spaces, and in exploring ways of reading and representing the city. His films on art, architecture, and urbanism include Nostalgia for the Future, Lovely Villa, and Squeeze Lime in Your Eye. His work has been featured in many events, including the Chicago Architecture Biennale, the Sharjah Architecture Triennale, the Seoul Architecture Biennale, the World Social Forum, the Dhaka Art Fair, and Documentar. So, presenting you Rohan Shivkumar sir. He is going to have a word with us. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's a privilege and an honor to have a conversation with you guys.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much again for the invitation to speak to you all and for the invitation to be part of this new initiative by NASA to explore the relationship between two art forms that I am very, very, I guess, involved in and very fond of. Of course, that we all share, that's of architecture and of film or moving image practices, as I like to think of them. Because when we think of film, we very often are constrained by what social media or what the television tells us what film is. But really, film is so much broader practice, as much as architecture is so broad a practice. And what I felt was when, of course, I received the invitation to speak to you about or start discussing this, was that this short film trophy that is being imagined by NASA really presents us with an opportunity to explore two kind of, let's say, exciting and complicated facets of the human condition in the way that we make things for ourselves, whether that's the spaces and the buildings within which we imagine living our lives, or the images through which we imagine who we are, who we were, and who we are going to be. So I felt like this was an extraordinary this presented itself with an extraordinary possibility of the exploration of both architecture as well as film, because film as a medium has really been able, as especially over the past 150 years, been integral to the way that we think of kind of, let's say, think of understanding our role in the world. Um, and there have been films of many types that have been made on architecture, of course. Films that have been looking at kind of the spaces that we live in, great architects that we admire, great architecture that we admire, our relationship with the past, with the future. Um, And sometimes films that really are not even interested so much in narrative, but rather just in simply the documentation of place as an experience. um, so I think that film more and more, as we are moving into the future, is going to become integral to the way we as architects begin to understand the world, as well as begin to present it to our clients, to communities, and to each other. With NASA being such an important platform for thinking about the futures of architecture through a student community, I think it is admirable that NASA has thought of exploring film and the possibilities it affords as a medium through which one can think about talking about architecture. So, there are some ideas that I've been discussing with your kind of representatives about the way that we are going to move this forward. But I don't think I'm allowed to say much more than this. But I think that we should be able to start thinking about this relationship between film and architecture creatively, to challenge preconceived notions of what both architecture as well as film are, and to really explore the craft of filmmaking itself. The unfortunate thing about film being so ubiquitous in our everyday environment is that we all think that film is, comes in a certain kind of template. Um, and the truth is that the languages of film are as varied as the languages of architecture. I do feel that this is an opportunity for architects as you to really bring your creative energies to be able to stress what film can do, but also what film is. Film is, of course, consists of moving images with sound, and too often, sound is treated as a sort of stepsister to the moving image. And one should always think about film as a holistic experience, and that is what I think we will be looking for when we are looking at who we kind of, let's say, felicitate, I guess, with the awards within this category. So thank you again for the invitation. I'm looking forward to an exciting year of exploration and discovery through the medium of film. That's all I'd like to say. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming here. For the 67th year short film trophy, architect Rohan Shivkumar sir will be the moderator, and we would like to thank him from the whole NASA India Council side for coming on board as moderator for the short film trophy and being with us on this new venture. Thank you, sir, once again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I leave now? Are there any questions?
Any any questions? Any questions?
Started doing really well, and then I realized